Hello, and welcome to another episode of One on One. Good morning to those that are listening here on the West Coast, and good afternoon to those that are listening on the East Coast. I am joined, as always, by my favorite human on planet Earth, Kathy Baker. Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Josh, how are you? What a nice thing to say. You just made my day. Thank you.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, Kathy. I think this is going to be a fun topic because we are directly involved. The person that we have on has been with this company for a lot longer than us. She is an all-star. I think everybody knows her, but I don't think they know how much work she does behind the scenes. And I think one of the things that's so great about our company is that we pride ourselves on giving back. And this is a time for us to really, really, really show that. And I'm talking about none other than One Day, which is our anniversary for Realty ONE Group.
One thing I'm excited about is every now and then we get the opportunity to showcase a hero. Mm-hmm. And I think today we get to do that. Yeah. And in true hero fashion, our guest today is one that doesn't want a lot of recognition, works very, very quietly in the background. So Josh and Ryan, I'm just excited that people are going to get to experience her and find out a little bit more about her and exactly what she does to support the network in giving back.
Agreed. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our Director of Community Giveback, Katherine Yoshikawa. Woo!
Hey, hello.
Kat, welcome.
Welcome, Kat.
Thank you for having me this morning.
So let's start, before we get into One Day, we want to learn, because you've been with Realty ONE Group for how many years now?
Since its founding, 2005.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you are OG. So yes. let's start way back at 2005. What was it like?
There was only 2 branches at the time and like 5 employees and about 100 agents, 100 to 200 agents. And then we were only in Nevada. And then we just started growing throughout the years, from Nevada to Arizona and then to California. So it's been a wild ride, but exciting.
When you look at the fact that we're a global organization now, did you ever envision or ever imagine that would happen?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Cool.
And there was such a small, like, mom and pop shop, and I kind of liked that, like it was company, a small, like, business, Cuba. It was always about family from day one. Like, we all strive to be like a work family. Mm-hmm. So to see some of those agents still with our organization since the 2005 is kind of cool, because it's like they're my family too. Yeah. So to see us all go together through the last 18 years as a family is really cool.
And how rare is that in this industry, Kathy?
Mm-hmm. Oh, extremely. Yeah. Extremely. I think the average tenured time of an agent in an organization in NAR is about 6 to 8 years. Yeah. So that's exceptional.
Yeah. So Kat, kind of talk like at the grassroots stages. I know One Day has always been a big thing for not only this brand, but for Cuba, for exactly what you just said, right? It's the idea of community. It's the idea of giving back, the idea of family. So what were those early, I guess maybe, do you want to, for the people that don't know, or maybe are new to Realty ONE Group, do you want to maybe explain what One Day is?
Sure. So One Day is actually celebrating our founding day of Realty ONE Group. And actually it was kind of adopted in 2016, is when we really kind of emphasized that program and launched it for One Day. And it's about just going in our communities, venturing into the communities and giving back to local causes that are near and dear to you, either volunteering in person or donating to an organization that you love. So yeah, that's pretty much what One Day is. And over the years, it's blossomed and grown so much. 2016, it was just gathering the staff and going out together as one. And then through the years, bringing on the agents and other, the franchises. And now we're just growing. So I think in the last 2-3 years, we've impacted over 23,000 lives. So this year, for one day, we're looking at our goal of maybe 25,000.
I mean, we started doing early communication, and we're already getting feedback from, offices all over the country. We've had some outside of the country already let us know how they plan on giving back. I mean, it's really turned into a phenomenon within our brand. And I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid and read the content that I write sometimes, but when other brands have a birthday, an anniversary, this is typically not how they would celebrate it. And I think it's really cool that this is how we do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's important to give back to those that, do so much in our community, and to be there for those, even if it's just a simple act of kindness that goes so far in the industry.
I was just going to say kudos to you, Kat, and your leadership, because that is, you said earlier, the foundation of the organization was that Kuba has always been so family oriented. And those of us that know him, all of us on the call, know he still is very much family first. Mm-hmm. And kudos to you that through this kind of effort and this kind of activity, we still are that. We still are that family organization, and it's family giving back to other families.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think it even extends way past just May 1st every year. Kat basically runs our 501c3 One Cares. And I know, so much of the stuff that we do throughout the year. And I'd love it, Kat, if you can kind of maybe share maybe our One Tree, One World program, or maybe some of the other, charitable organizations that we've partnered with over the years.
Sure. So what people don't know is actually One Cares has been existing since 2013, actually. So 10 years, but it was kind of grassroots. And then through the years, we defined it a little bit more, implemented more programs and initiatives. So we have the One Tree, One World program, where you can donate a tree for $1, through which partnership with the One Tree Planted. And last year, 2021, we planted about 111,000 trees. And so those were all planted throughout in different areas wherever the need was needed the most. So mainly in California, Mexico, and also in Latin America. And then we also still have agents who give to that program on a daily basis. And right now for 2023, we're about 1,100 have already been donated this year just by agents pledging. And then we have the One Walk, which is around summit time. Mm-hmm. And that is our big one for realtor awareness, with partnership with Beverly Carter Foundation. And then we have the One Day, which is our annual community service give back day. And then we have One Dream, which is where you can submit your dreams to be fulfilled.
So it's constant give back. I think that's a philosophy that runs through this brand, and it makes it, it definitely is something that I put it, on a pedestal above other brands, because I've worked for other companies and I've never seen other companies do something like this. So we are very appreciative, Kat, because we know you are the one that's spearheading all of this.
The other thing I love about it is you're directing it in so many different areas, environmentally, community-wide, all different ways. And the other thing that I love, Kat, is that with one community, we're keeping it local, and you're allowing the affiliate, because I always think with my owner hat on, you're allowing the affiliate to participate where they feel there's a need, or where each office feels there's a need. So Josh, to your point, one thing that I think sets us apart is we're not dictating, right? Or we're not saying you have to give money to this organization or that organization, but we're saying go where the need is in your community. Do what you need to do.
Yeah, I think it's the right amount of support mixed with the right amount of freedom. And that, I think that philosophy runs through in so many other areas of this brand.
And plus you're helping more, giving back to the community in so many different ways, like food banks and children, like you're covering so many sectors.
Yep.
Except for just the one.
Yep. I agree. And go ahead, Kathy.
No, I was just going to say, Kat, can you give us examples of different areas? I love that. I know the food bank. Are there other areas what are kind of the most unique ones that have made you go, wow, I love that?
One, they kind of did a school. They like adopted a school, did like painted the school,
That's
which
cool.
I thought was really cool. A lot of people, they did their own like gathering in kind food, creating their own bags and handing them out on the streets to homeless. Like some of them are really just take like these projects and make them so massive, like 300 to 500 people were impacting. And it's amazing because usually, you know, a lot of organizations that do that, it takes months of planning. So for them to do this in like a week or 2 weeks is just amazing, remarkable job that they all do. But majority of the people, they usually want to get their hands dirty. So they're out there, you know, planting a garden, planting trees, doing the food bank, helping, you know, prep meals, making beds at the homeless shelters. So it's pretty cool to see all the different variety and giving that people are doing.
Yeah, we've done, I think our team at corporate, we've done a couple. We did the Ronald McDonald House our first year. We did the food bank, I think our second year. Mm-hmm. I think we had, you know, even, you know, kudos to Kat. Even during COVID, we were still able to do something when we weren't allowed to, you know, when we had to be socially distanced at that time. And so that was something that was huge during 2020 and 2021. We were still able to give back, whether it was virtually or didn't we do the brown, the bags? What was it again, Kat, that we did?
The pantry. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we've done, and I know we've talked about this year about possibly doing a beach cleanup or, you know, which is perfect for us here in Orange County. And so, yeah, it definitely, it makes us feel like, you know, we're getting out of the office, we're joining our community for a day, and it does make you feel good and feel like you are making an impact in your community. And it makes you feel like you should be doing it more than once a day, which I think is part of the lesson. Mm-hmm. Or sorry, once a year, excuse me.
Well, some of the offices, they actually have incorporated the one day and they loved it so much that they're doing it on a monthly basis. Like some of these offices, they do something every month, whether it's like a blood drive or going to the food bank or just doing drives like clothing drives, can drives. So it's just like kudos to them.
Yep, totally.
Kudos.
Well, and I think that speaks to the nature and the spirit of our network, in that they don't want to catch and release. They want something they can become engaged with and they can have ownership with. I know I'll send out a shout out to Mike and Tammy Cole down at Dockside in South Carolina. I know they have adopted the mission, and it is a mission. It's more than one day, the mission of helping homeless teens. And I know when I first heard that, I thought, my goodness, can there be that many homeless teens?
Right.
And there are. And they have 400 and some agents. Their entire group is committed to the mission. And I think that, again, that speaks volume to our network and to the spirit of Realty ONE Group and truly to our culture.
Yep. And I think like Kathy, you brought it up, you know, one thing that I love is it's about your community, right? So how does your community need help? And so these offices, these agents really, really, really get to make an impact. And another thing, they're quote unquote community experts, right? So they know what their company, or excuse me, what their community needs that particular year. And that's why I want to bring up, you know, we really, really, really encourage all of our offices to participate in this. And we actually do have one-day shirts available for pre-order right now. And those are available on the shop. So if you go to shop.realtyonegroup.com, you can place a pre-order, I believe, before April 14th. Don't quote me on that date, but I know it's around there. As well, you can print we have a number of different graphics that our graphics team made that you can actually print the graphics and have your shirts printed locally at whoever you may want to use. So we do have options available. So we encourage you to please get out in your community, take pictures, post it on social media, show us how you're giving back. Please, everyone be like Kat, just for one day out of the year. That's what we're asking for.
And don't forget tag too.
Say that again.
hashtag one day 2023.
Correct.
And log your impact. That is so important to log the impact, please, because then you can measure those impacts we're doing as all together within the network and the community.
Yep.
I love that. And Kat, thank you for saying that. And, you know, we talk a lot about being storytellers. And I think it's so important as you are doing these things locally, tell your story and let the community know. And Josh, this is not meant to be anything other than we know that over 70% of humans want to work with a company that gives back. When surveyed, they want the realtor that is giving back to the community. Yep. They want it to be about more than the transaction. So this is a great opportunity to get involved, tell your story, let people in your community know what you're doing, and it'll drive business to you. And you're not doing it for that reason, but benefit where you can from it.
Completely agreed.
And just a fact here, fun fact. So since 2005 to present, we're about 940,000 lives impacted.
That's almost 1 million.
Yeah, I was just about to say, so we're nearly at, so almost 1 million.
Yeah, almost 1 million. That is huge. How does that, I got to just stop a minute and say, 10 years ago, if someone had said, Kat, your leadership is going to impact 1 million people, what would you have said?
Can you imagine?
No, I wouldn't have even thought. It's amazing.
Wow, that's incredible. Congratulations.
It's to Kat. And like, seriously, that is one of the coolest stats I've ever heard.
Yeah. So one day could take it to the million. That would be amazing.
That would be our goal.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to keep you, Kat. We know that you have so much to do every day. So we really, really, really appreciate you being on with us. When we hit 1 million, we would love to have you back on and kind of talk about this some more. I think that would be fantastic. But thank you as always for everything that you do. We so appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
We thank you for joining us today on another episode of One on One, a Realty ONE Group podcast. We are powered by One.U and ask if you have suggestions, recommendations, or questions, please email learning@realtyonegroup.com. And remember, pay close attention to the details, listen to understand, not respond, and always be a resource, not a sales pitch.